Hi guys, my name is Jenna Cavazell and I am the Writing Center Coordinator at Motlow State Community College. I'm here today to tell you a little bit about the services we offer in the Writing Center, but also to tell you specifically what we can do for you, a web student at Motlow. You might recognize this textbook if I'm coming to you in an English 1010 or 1020 class, or you had one of those classes in the past. This is one of your required textbooks. If you open it up, I want you to notice the first section is dedicated to the Writing Center. That's how much the English department likes us. They gave us part of their textbook. What you'll find are a collection of our very favorite resources and handouts that we use during our tutoring sessions. You can find dozens more of these on our webpage. So as a web student, if you are just too busy to get any kind of tutoring, you can still use our awesome resources. What do we do in the Writing Center exactly? Well, we take ourselves kind of seriously. We have a mission statement. And I want you to notice the part in bold. We can help with any writing project at any stage in the writing process. So, if you're writing a research paper and you're not really sure how to navigate the library databases, come see us. If you are revising a paper for English because you're not sure if your thesis is strong enough, come see us. If you're writing a new kind of assignment you've never done before, like a lab report or psychology paper, come see us. We can help with those things. We can also help with things that aren't for a specific class. If you're writing a scholarship essay, if you're working on a resume, please bring those things to us. One of my very favorite stories of all time of the Writing Center was a young man who brought a love poem to the Writing Center. He wanted to make sure it was really good before he presented it to his significant other. We helped him, we had a lot of fun, we made him promise to come back and tell us how it went. He didn't, so we can only assume the poem was so good that they immediately rode off into the sunset together, and it was true love. We welcome creative work and things that are not necessarily for a specific class. Expectations. What should you expect when you come to the Writing Center, and what should you know about our expectations? You should expect for my tutors to be amazing. They are really good at their jobs and they are really friendly people. So if you're at all nervous about coming in to work with them, please don't be. There are student tutors, there are faculty tutors, they are handpicked and they are universally really fantastic people. So please don't be nervous to work with them. Expectations from our side. We are open for a finite number of hours per week, especially on our smaller campuses. So while you can just walk in and see if we're available, it's a much better idea, especially at peak times of the semester like midterms, to make an appointment. And that reserves that hour for you, so you know you're going to get a chance to work with a tutor. When you do come to work with a tutor, whether it's face-to-face or virtually, and we'll talk more about those options in a minute, please bring everything with you the tutor might need. The tutor cannot read your mind. The tutor cannot read your instructor's mind. So you're going to need to bring not only your draft or whatever you've worked on so far, you're also going to need your assignment sheet, your syllabus, your textbook, your notes from class, anything else that might be helpful to the tutor. Disclaimers. We are not a dry cleaning service. You may have noticed in our mission statement, we are interested in not just better papers, but better writers. That means you can't just drop off your essay and come back an hour later and it's neat and folded and pressed and every single little error has been corrected. It doesn't work like that. You have to work with the tutor, whether it's in person or online, and do some of the heavy lifting so that you are learning writing skills that you can take on to your next assignment. My tutors are going to help you, I promise, but they're not going to do the work for you. And this one has never come into play, but just to put it out there, the same classroom misconduct policy that applies in every Motlow classroom applies in the Writing Center. Don't yell at my tutors. Don't throw things at them. They'll kick you out. Like I said, it's never happened, but it's the policy. One last time, remember, we're not a proofreading service. The tutor's not going to go through and fix every single error for you. They're going to make you do the hard work of learning the rules and fixing some of those errors on your own once they show you how. Okay, you know what to expect. How do you make an appointment? You go to our webpage. It's really easy to get to. If you go to the Motlow main page, we're right under the Student Resources tab. On our page, you're going to find a lot of great stuff, including a link to our online scheduler. The first time you make an appointment with the Writing Center, you have to register. A page like this will pop up. You'll click up here at the top, and it's going to ask you a few basic questions: your name, your A number, when you think you're going to graduate from Motlow, your major, stuff like that. Once you've filled that out, you can enter your username and password you've chosen. Doesn't have to match any of your other Motlow stuff. Your username does have to be your Motlow email address, that @mscc.edu, or it won't work. But from there, you can choose one of our schedules. We have 4 campus schedules that correspond to our 4 campuses: Smyrna, Moore County, McMinnville, Fayetteville. But we also have a live online schedule, and I'll talk more in a minute about what that is. When you log into any of our campus schedules, they look like this. It's a little crazy. Don't be intimidated. I'm going to explain it. On the far left, you see all the names of my wonderful tutors, and then on the right, the hours they are available. What you really want is a white box. A white box is an open appointment slot. If you click on that white box, you can make an appointment. Just to clarify what some of the other things are, a royal blue box is a face-to-face appointment another student has already made. A green box is an e-tutoring appointment another student has already made, and we'll talk about that. And this handy-dandy clock over here on the far left is our wait list. If you really need to make an appointment today, and you've maybe procrastinated a little bit, we encourage you to make appointments a little farther in advance. But if you've procrastinated and you need an appointment today and we're all booked up, you can click on the wait list and add your name so that if somebody else cancels their appointment or doesn't show up, you can swoop in and take that hour. Okay, once you click on a white box, it's going to pull up the appointment form, which is going to ask you a bunch of questions. If you're on any of the 4 regular campus schedules, the first thing it's going to ask you is, do you want to meet face-to-face, in person in the Writing Center, or would you like an e-tutoring appointment? Our e-tutoring appointments are our less interactive kind of online tutoring. You upload your draft, you upload your assignment prompt. During the assigned hour, the tutor in the Writing Center opens it up, looks at it, makes a bunch of comments, asks a lot of questions, links to a bunch of resources, and then at any time after that hour, you can log back in and grab those comments. You're still going to stay in the driver's seat and do the hard work of revising and editing your paper, but there's not that back and forth interaction with the tutor. This, though, can be an ideal type of tutoring for really, really busy students. This is another option. We recently added a new kind of tutoring called live online tutoring. This is online, but interactive. You make an appointment with a tutor. A lot of our hours are later in the evening after our regular campus locations are closed. And when you start the appointment, you actually are going to work with the tutor live. If you have a microphone and a webcam on your computer, you can have audio and video feed with that tutor and have a really interactive experience. You can use this kind of tutoring from anywhere you have an internet connection. You would make an appointment just like any other, but then at the time of the actual appointment, you log back in, click back on your appointment box, and click on the link that says Start or Join Online Consultation. If you've never done one of these before, please know that my tutor is going to walk you through step by step where to click, how to turn on your audio, how to turn on your video, how to get started. It's a really simple process, and the tutors are very helpful. Have your plans changed? We understand that sometimes students make appointments and need to cancel them, and that is no big deal at all. You can log back in, click on your appointment, click cancel, even on your phone. If something comes up and you can't make your appointment time, you can do that right up until the minute your appointment starts. Please take the few minutes to do that if you need to. Tutoring is a really finite resource. We only have so many tutors and so many hours per week. And if you make an appointment but don't show up for it and take up that hour of our time, it just means that other students aren't getting the opportunity to use the Writing Center. We do have an official policy called the no-show policy. If you stand us up without canceling 3 times, so 3 times you make an appointment, leave it on the books, don't show up, you get locked out of the system and you can't make any further appointments. You do get a warning email, so if you accidentally miss one appointment, you get a warning that lets you know you've had one no-show, and after a second one, you get another email. We're not trying to take you by surprise, but we do need to protect those hours for all of our students. After every single session, a survey automatically goes out to the student email you use as your login name. It's 3 questions. How'd it go? Are you gonna come back? Would you recommend this service to a peer? And we take that feedback really seriously. We use it to improve our services all the time and to create new resources all the time. But I would like to brag. It is not at all unusual for me to go through an entire week's worth of tutoring, 50-something appointments, and see 100% across the board. 100% of students said it was excellent. 100% of students plan to come back. 100% of students plan to recommend us to a peer. Like I said before, my tutors are really great at their jobs and they're really friendly, and most people who try the Writing Center really get a lot out of it and come back. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. I hope you take advantage of what the Writing Center has to offer. If you have any questions at all, or you think you might like to become a tutor, please shoot me an email. It's really easy, writingcenter@mscc.edu. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much.